Hey watch lovers, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have a real quick comparison. I'd like to take a look at these two watches. On my left, I have the Tudor Black Bay 58. And on my right, I have the Seiko SPB315. And we have two gilt colored indices, markers, bezel markers on the minute track there. So very similar in a lot of ways, and then obviously a little bit different in some too. So case dimensions, the Tudor I measured at 39.1 from a little bit above the crown here, so diagonally across at 39.1 millimeters. For the Seiko, I measured straight across 3 to the 9 at 41 millimeters, so the Seiko is a little bit larger. I measured the Black Bay at 11.9 millimeters thick, and the Seiko at 12.5, so a little over half a millimeter thicker. You can obviously just see the case construction is different with the mid case, and then also the bezel, just how the bezel lays a lot flatter on the Tudor. So aesthetically or visually, they certainly look different, and I think actually wear a little bit differently too when I tried these on wrist. So the Tudor was 47.9 lug tip to lug tip. The Seiko was actually a little bit shorter at 47, so almost a full millimeter shorter on the Seiko. And then we had 20 millimeter lug widths on both of these. However, the Tudor's last link does taper down to 16, whereas the Seiko only tapers to 18. So we have a little bit more of a taper on the Tudor bracelet. Fold over clasp, solid stainless steel case back. On the Tudor, we do have a signed screw down crown. We're gonna get 200 meters of water resistance. And the Seiko, again, 20 millimeters, tapering to 18, then back out to 20 at the clasp. Solid stainless steel case back. We have an unsigned screw down crown, but we're getting the same 200 meters of water resistance. We talk about what's underneath these watches, or underneath that solid stainless steel case back. The Tudor has the in-house MT5402 with 70 hours of power reserve. The Seiko, on the other hand, has the 6R35 movement with the same amount of power reserve. So 70 hours of power reserve on both of these. So again, fairly close in dimensions. I did weigh them as well. So the Tudor here was 146 grams with all the links, a little bit of tape on it here still. So 146 grams. The Seiko, slightly heavier at 156.4. So 10 grams heavier. You obviously have a date window here at your 4:30 position. So if you need a date, the Seiko certainly will have you covered on that, whereas the Tudor is just a very clean, non-date layout here. So again, very similar size, very similar in weight. Obviously, different execution when it comes to case shape here, the bracelets, the clasps. Let's take a listen to the bezel action on both of these. And I'm going to do this without my glove. I will throw these both on my 6 3/4 inch wrist, but the one thing I guess we got to say here is, while similar, the Tudor obviously is going to cost you more. Retail on the Tudor here is $3,800, whereas the Seiko is $1,100. So similar size, similar look. Obviously, a little bit different fit and finish probably here. If you're asking for my opinion, the Tudor is going to the clasp, the overall bezel action. The overall feel, again, on wrist. But you're looking at 3 times the price as well. So we do have a domed sapphire crystal here. I didn't point that out, but just looking at it, I'm pretty sure the Seiko, when I put on this wrist, is going to be a flat crystal. So again, 6 3/4 inch wrist. Both of these I think fit easily on my wrist, as well as probably larger wrists and smaller. I think they're both great sizes. Going to wear a little bit larger as well.
All right, so let's take a look at the bezel. So the bezel, as you can see, is 1 inch. So the bezel 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 is
So let's take a look at the loom on both of these. Tudor on my left, Seiko on my right. So let me know in the comments what you think of these two. If you're spending your hard-earned cash, which one would you save up and buy the Tudor, or would you be happy wearing the Seiko? As always, thanks for viewing. If there's anything I can do for you, email me, brad@brentlmiller.com. We'll see you in the next video.